The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus took with him Peter and James and John and led them up a high mountain where they could be alone by themselves. There in their presence he was transfigured. His clothes became dazzlingly white, whiter than any earthly bleacher could make them. Elijah appeared to them with Moses, and they were talking with Jesus. Then Peter spoke to Jesus. "Rabbi," he said, "it is wonderful for us to be here. And so let us make 3 tents, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what to say. They were so frightened. And a cloud came, covering them in shadow, and there came a voice from the cloud. "This is my son, the beloved. Listen to him." Then suddenly, when they looked round, they saw no one with them anymore, but only Jesus. As they came down from the mountain, he warned them to tell no one what they had seen, until after the Son of Man had risen from the dead. They observed the warning faithfully, though among themselves they discussed what rising from the dead could mean. And they put this question to him: "Why do the scribes say that Elijah has to come first?" "True," he said, "Elijah is to come first, and to see that everything is as it should be. Yet how is it that the scriptures say about the Son of Man that he is to suffer grievously and be treated with contempt? However, I tell you that Elijah has come, and they have treated him as they pleased, just as the scriptures say about him." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
When we have our Christmas parties, there is this one, we have a lot of games, but there is this one particular game that I really love. It speaks a lot about life. And I saw that only here when we have our Christmas parties. We line up people, rows 10 on both sides, and then the coordinator of the game would tell the first person something. And then that person would tell the next person the same thing that he heard. And the second person would tell the third person, just like that, until they reach the 10th person. And then you try to see what you said first, and what information got to the 10th person. And at times you are shocked at how distorted the information has become. You are shocked if the real information that was given at the beginning, what happens in between? And this is what St. James talks about, the power of the tongue. How things can get distorted, how things can go viral, things that are lies, things that nobody knows about. And that is why he says that the most righteous person will be that person who will be able to tame the tongue. It's easy to tame a lion, it is easy to tame even an elephant, to tame other animals or other things. But to tame your tongue is the most difficult thing. And I would say, with surety, that most of the sins that we commit, are the sins that come from the lips. And I was just imagining last night that, you take for instance, if it's that if whatever lie you say, or whatever gossip you are involved in, your lips will grow half a centimeter longer. Okay? Like half a centimeter longer after you say any lie or any gossip. Just imagine where your lips will be now. Maybe we might not be able to touch your lips, or maybe some lips will be in Manduria out there. You'll be asking, "Hey, did you see my lips somewhere?" You might be looking for your lips and you can't even find it. Just tells us the power of the tongue, the things that we say with our tongues. And St. Peter, the first letter of St. Peter chapter 3, verse 10 says that if you want to live a long life, then you must refrain from gossips. You must refrain from saying lies. And I often say this, that somebody who said back at home that words are like water. Once it is spilled, it can never be gathered again. Words are like water. Once you spilled it, you can never gather it back again into the container where it came from. In other words, whatever thing we say always has an impact on those who listen to it. It might destroy the people, or it might build them up. In the letter of St. Paul to the Ephesians chapter 4, it says that we must use words that will build up and not the words that will destroy. Whatever thing we say, we must be able to measure out. These words that are coming out of my mouth, what are they going to do to the people who listen? We must not just go on speaking like people who have no discernment. And it is true, at times the tongue runs faster than us. The tongue just flows. Everything just spills out without even our control. But we must begin to stop and to listen and say, whatever thing I'm saying, is it going to destroy or is it going to build? And St. James uses the analogy of it. He says, fire. See, just a small stick of a match can set the whole Iloilo ablaze. Just a small one, a small stick of a matchbox can set the whole town on fire. And that is what the tongue can do. You can just start off an information here. And I tell you, especially now with the social media, once you say something, it goes very viral. By the time you realize, even people in North America, people in Brazil are already saying these things. The other side of China, they already post it already online. And that tells you how information now can go. If in the time of St. James there was no internet and they could say things about the tongue in this way, what about now that we have all the social media, that you just need to click something on computer and it goes viral? Everybody can access it. And that tells us to be more and more cautious about what we say, how we use our tongue. And it's always important at the end of it to say, whatever thing that is coming out of my mouth, is it going to build or is it going to destroy those who listen?